Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of Trading to Glory. Today we're going to start off with submitting the final squad for my marquee matchups, and then we'll get into our transfer list. I want to talk about my transfer list for a few minutes today, but we've completed marquee matchups. There was a couple of expensive players to do in marquee matchups because you needed silver team for the Galatasaray Fenerbahce squad, including 2 Turkish League players, which are all over 3,000 coins right now. So what I'd suggest you guys is wait. Don't do the marquee matchups quite yet. Wait until like Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. It'll be a lot cheaper to do it then than it is at the beginning of the week. But let's start it off with some of the not as good packs, and then we'll move our way up to the 25k pack, which to be honest isn't like a great pack, but hopefully we can get maybe something of value in these packs, because we did spend over 10,000 coins on the entirety of marquee matchups. Starting it off with just a rare card, it's going to be Munir. No Borja Iglesias for us there. Borja Iglesias is a solid 82 rated pull, so you don't necessarily need to have yourself. That guy looks a lot like PK, and he is also from Barcelona there. Riqui Puig, I've heard of him. Don't know much about him, to be honest. Diogo Dallo. We got Schweinsteiger, which was going for a lot of coins, but not anymore because he was going for a lot in the first couple days because of the advanced SBCs. Let's just go ahead and send these guys to the squad. We didn't get any Turkish League. Silvers, so not of any value there. Small Prime Electrum Players pack gives us 3 gold, 3 silver, 3 bronze, maybe 3 rare. I can't remember. It's not going to be a walkout or a board drop. It'll just be another gold card. Center mid, Emre Can. Okay, I mean that's not the worst non-board drop, I guess. What does he actually go for? It looks like a card that could definitely go into starter teams. I know Harry Winks doesn't sell for much. It looks like Emre Can might go for like 1,000 coins. I don't know. Nothing really crazy there. Polish League, couple players from the second English League there, the EFL Championship. All right, let's head into the packs we're really wanting to open. 15k pack. Can I get something decent in this one? If you guys have been enjoying the Trading to Glory series, and I hope you have, make sure to keep supporting it by dropping likes on the videos, commenting down below. Just can't get a board drop, but we keep getting rare cards. We get Steve Mandanda. Would have been a board drop last year. Not a board drop this year. Got downgraded from 83 to 80. We got Wu Lei as well. A couple of other gold cards in here that I'll probably use in SBCs in the future, but nothing really to get too excited about. Got 1 fitness card, but what do we have at the end here? We get a loan pack. That was kind of the worst thing it could have been. I was hoping for at least just a gold pack or something. Couldn't get any luck with that. Let's see what we get out of the loan pack, though. We get a player that's 86 to 90 rated on loan. I can go ahead and use those as a super sub for now, no matter who it is. If we can get a 90 rated Van Dijk, would be nice. It's a white badge. Is this? Oh, it's Thiago. Okay. It's usable. It's not a great card, but it's usable. It's got the white on the top. I thought it was an icon as a loan, but it was not. Alright, so we get 3 rare gold players in this pack. So we're guaranteed 3 rare golds. And the rest of them are at least gold players. And it's going to be, I believe, no, not a board drop. I thought it was a board drop. I guess I gotta get used to how to tell if it's a board drop or a walkout at this point. We're already a week into the game, and I still don't know how to tell if it's a board drop or not. I look at the lights. That's what I've been told, but I still haven't gotten it down yet. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the transfer list and hop into Trading Glory episode number 5. If you guys saw in the last episode, I made an investment in Trent Alexander-Arnold for 30,000 coins, and just in the next day, he's already 37,000 coins, which is great news for us, but he shouldn't stop rising. Now that division rivals are out, they have seen a little bit in an up in price, but we got OTW tomorrow. That's a big promotion. People are going to be building their teams, and if Saint-Maximin ends up getting an OTW SBC, maybe people will want to link him with BPL right backs in their team. Yes, Yedlin's an option. Yes, they could link him up top with Joel Linton, definitely an option, but I think maybe Trent Alexander-Arnold of price will be affected just from a complimentary weak link there, because he is one of the better right backs in the Premier League. You also have Cancelo and Walker as well, but don't get me wrong, Alexander-Arnold's obviously meta. He's obviously in demand because he is going up in price. He is already 30,000 coins before he was out of packs. So I have 4 of them for 30k, and that's 7k profit each, which is almost 30,000 coins profit. But another card that we did pick up was Kolarov, and I've got 19 of his cards. 19 Kolarovs, and I got them between like 2,000 coins to 3,500 coins. You can see I have a couple for like 4,100 there, as I showed. 2,000, 2,500, 2,700, 3,700, 3,800. It looks like the most I bought one for was 4,200. But in general, it probably averages out to like 3.2k if you averaged all 19 of them. So right now, Kolarov is still chilling. There hasn't been any SBCs other than Marquee matchups released, and there wasn't anything that was based upon the Serie A either. I don't believe so. He hasn't really risen much at all. He's still only about 4,300 coins, and as you saw, I bought one for 4,200. Now, overall, I'm making good profit. I got a lot for like 2,000 to 3,000 coins, so we're making some good coins, but I think that Kolarov could go even higher, especially because it's been a full day now that he's been out of packs. People that have invested in him, a lot of them have sold the supply, and it's still holding its price. The longer he goes out of packs, the better for us, because the lack of Kolarovs in people's transfer lists is a plus. Once an SBC drops that requires like an 83 rated team, even if it is like a Bundesliga based SBC, let's say it requires 2 Bundesliga players, it's still going to have an effect on all the 82s in the game, especially the ones at fullback, because the fullbacks always rise the most for SBCs, which is exactly why I picked up Kolarov in the first place. Now, I also picked up Orban, who is a center back in Bundesliga, and I picked him up because he's in Bundesliga and he's non-rare. I felt like Willy Orban could definitely be a card that goes from 2,300 coins, which I got him for like 1,800 on average, so I'm definitely not making profit yet, because that's pretty much what he's still chilling at, is about 1,800 coins. He hasn't risen. He hasn't really dropped either. You can see he's not at 1,700. He's at 1,800 coins. He hasn't risen. He hasn't dropped. But he's definitely a card that, while out of packs, could rise a lot, because he's 81 rated and he's a center back in the Bundesliga, which allows us a little bit of a possibility of him rising to the SBC tomorrow. Lewandowski is going to be 90 rated, so it's going to need some higher rated teams in that squad. So I think if you wanted to go out and pick up the cheapest 84s in the game, the cheapest 85s, you wouldn't be risking too much. But please understand that if they make this SBC expensive, then there's not going to be a lot of people doing this SBC. If they make it over 300,000 coins to complete, there's only a handful of people that can even afford that SBC, let alone do the SBC. This is going to be a good card, so they can't make it too cheap, but if they make it less than 150,000 coins, I think we'll see a lot more people do it, and then you can maybe invest in players like Coutinho, you can invest in players like Coman, Gnabry, all those really complementary links like we were talking about between Saint-Maximin and Trent Alexander-Arnold. If Lewandowski's cheap enough, you could invest in complementary links right when the SBC drops, but I don't suggest buying the complementary links beforehand, simply because these complementary links like Coutinho and Coman and Gnabry, there's a very, very small chance they're actually needed in the SBC. And the reason that they'd rise is after people get the Lewandowski, they'll go ahead and buy a Coman and they'll buy a Gnabry to link them up, and that'll be their attack, right? So then you got time after the SBC's released. You got a few hours at least before they start rising in price, and then they'll rise throughout the next couple of days. That's only if it's cheap, and that's the reason I haven't actually picked up any Comans, picked up any Coutinhos, because I genuinely don't think that this SBC is going to be cheap enough for a lot of people to do it. On the other hand, I do believe that the Saint-Maximin SBC is going to be cheap enough. So if you look at players like Yedlin, if you look at players like Joe Linton, and Joe Linton, on the other hand, he's going out of packs as well. Yedlin won't be. So anybody that gets, finishes their marquee matchups tomorrow, yeah, Yedlin's going to be in packs for those guys. Yedlin's going to be in packs for anybody who completes the Lewandowski SBC and maybe gets like a 35k pack in return. Almost sniped Yedlin right there as I'm speaking about him. But that card could go from 9k or from 7k all the way up to 9,000 coins pretty easily, as long as the Saint-Maximin is affordable. Same thing for Joel Linton, maybe not as extreme of a rise, but you can see Joel Linton right now, he's going for about 1,500 coins. I could see that card hitting 3,000 coins, especially if he's going out of packs, and the Saint-Maximin is getting a once to watch SBC, which, if it's cheap enough, once again, a lot of people will do it. I think that they'll make a Saint-Maximin SBC. Probably wouldn't be over 100k. Probably should settle around somewhere between 50 to 70,000 coins would be my guess on what they'd make that SBC, which would be a pretty good deal, a reasonable deal, because if Saint-Maximin ever did get an inform, that card would definitely be worth more than that. But it also encourages people to do the SBC this early on, which is what EA want. They want people to be doing the SBC. They want this card to be useful. They don't want it just to be a dud, make it too expensive, 4 people do the SBC in the entire community. What's the point? They're going to make it affordable to at least some people. On the other hand, Lewandowski's going to be super high rated. So I don't know if they want to, they might want to make that one a little bit more exclusive. So thought I'd get that out of the way. Those are what my investments are about. We still have 130,000 coins to spend tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and get into flipping some cards, maybe picking up some extra investments, and maybe talk about some other topics in this video as well. What I think I'm going to put my 130,000 coins, and obviously I'm not going to put all of those coins, maybe 100,000 of the 130k, because I like to keep a couple dozen K liquid at all times just in case I need it for flipping cards and stuff. You don't want to be under 10,000 coins liquid unless you're like absolutely balls deep in an investment that you know is going to work out 100%. Maybe go in with that, but it just gets boring if you do that. But here's the thing: it's an easy investment, and it's gonna pop up time after time after time during the year. 84 rated, 83 rated, 85 rated, 86 rated cards. They're always gonna be in demand for SBCs because the SBCs that are dropping tomorrow, we know Lewandowski's dropping, and we know he's not gonna be too cheap. So he's probably gonna require some 85s, 86s in there. And even if it's like super expensive, there'll be some people that do it, obviously. But depending on how expensive it is, depends on how much it affects the market. If it's too expensive, yes, it's going to make higher rated cards go up, but it also probably won't affect them too much because not many people do it. We've talked about this already. But the Saint-Maximin SBC is going to be a lot cheaper, and if they drop any other SBCs, which I expect them to do during the OTW promo, they're going to probably drop different SBCs during OTW promo. We'll probably see different OTW SBCs other than Saint-Maximin. We might see a Furlan Mendy SBC. We might see just other transfers like maybe Mats Hummels to Dortmund or Julian Brandt or something like that, right? We might see some different SBCs throughout the week, but we also might see one of those OTW upgrade SBCs like we've seen in the past, where you submit an 83 or 84 rated squad and you get an untradeable OTW, or you add like another OTW or an inform to it and it becomes tradable, stuff like that. It's very possible to drop this week. So cards that are needed for these SBCs are definitely going to be in demand, and they're not really in much risk to drop right now. So I'm looking at Jiří Pavlenka right now, and the reason I'm doing that is because he's an 84 rated card that's going for like 2,000 coins, 2,500 coins, and again, 84 rated Bundesliga and 2,000 coins. That's just a perfect mix right now. If you can get any from the Premier League or Bundesliga, so you got Sommer, Pavlenka, João Moutinho, stuff like that, but you don't have to go with just them. There's not going to be a direct requirement of 11 Bundesliga cards at 83 rating. It's very unlikely. I mean, it definitely could happen, but it's unlikely. So what I'm thinking is pick up just whatever you can with some extra coins right now, and they might end up rising a little bit. Hopefully you see it. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. Marek Hamsik 2.1, Dusan Tadic is 2.1, Jacko is 2.4, all the way up to maybe 2.9. Pick some of these guys up. You know, if they drop an SBC that's like an 84 rated team for a Maximin, everybody's going to want to do that, and everybody's going to pick up these cards. They could easily go up to 4,000 coins, which is going to be some bank for us. But those aren't the only ratings you can pick up. 83 rateds aren't risking too much right now. Now, there is a lot more supply for them, but they're off the ground. They're going for 1.5k each, and given the fact that they're only 600 coins less than an 84 rated card, I think that 84s are going to be better than 83s to pick up. Don't get me wrong, 83s can work out just fine as well. And then you're looking at 85 rated cards. You got Lopez for 5.1, Hakim Ziyech for 5.7, 5.9. So just based on the percentages, 84s are looking like the best deal right now. But that doesn't mean that these other cards aren't going to rise. If you remember last year, there were only certain times during market crashes where 85s dropped down to under like 8,000 coins. So you know that these cards are going to rise up definitely with SBCs. Now, one thing and one disadvantage that we have this year that we always got to keep in mind is there's no icon SBCs, or at least not as of yet. And icon SBCs are a main reason I think some of these higher rated cards stayed up in price throughout the entire year. These 85s were always like at least 9,000 coins last year. But right now we're looking at a very cheap option for an investment at a time where the OTWs could really bring up these prices. If you go with a card that's going to go out of packs, it's even better. But I haven't actually found any examples of that on this situation quite yet. But I'm going to keep picking up players like Sommer, like Pavlenka. Might pick up some João Matinhos. Might go ahead and pick up, if I can get any fullbacks down here, like Alex Tejes. Looks like he might be a little bit too expensive for an investment, actually. Never mind about that. But yeah, definitely go ahead and pick up some of these if you guys got some extra coins and you're watching this before 6 p.m. UK on the day that OTWs are released. These are the cards that I've already gone and picked up. We actually picked up quite a few 84s, but not as many as I want to get tonight. But I also want to get this video out tonight, so I'm going to upload the video probably 3 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. UK. That way it gives you guys enough time to prepare. But I am going to go in on more of these 83 and 84 rated cards. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 10 here, 15, 16, 17, 18, like 22, 23, 84 so far. And even if I make like 1,000 coins per card, I'll be pretty happy because it's 24,000 coin profit. And we're literally just using extra coins that we haven't got invested for this weekend. These are just coins that I got from the Frankie de Jong, which I don't even know if I've mentioned this card yet in this episode, but I picked it up for 30k and sold it for almost 90k. And that was just an off thing I did earlier, or I bought it last night and then sold it to today, and it was just easiest coins I've ever made. It didn't make it into the trading glory though. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.